I started working at Walmart when I was 16 years old in sophomore high school. It was honestly a pretty good first job because me and my buddy, my best friend, worked there. We were just throwing boxes out of the truck, making work as fun as it can be. We would see people there that were, they just looked depressed. They were just kind of going along the motion. And at the time for us, it was just fun work, right? Because we were together and literally we haven't worked, but this is our first job. So it was just fun to get paid for something. And over the course of Walmart, which lasted for me about 2 years, we had a couple other of our friends join, and they didn't stay for that long, but it was just fun. We worked there for a little bit and whatever. But me and my best friend stayed at Walmart for like 2 years. And then I left because, it was a point where Walmart for me was a beginner's job. And although you can go up in the ranks, most people don't look at it like that. And really, it was just going on to the next thing. I was getting close to being done with high school, maybe a little bit before, and I went to do firefighting as a paid-on-call firefighter, right? Now, to go through this kind of quick, the paid-on-call firefighting role was really, it was pretty good. I mean, like, when you look at it from an outsider in view, like, it's pretty good. All the guys there, nothing but respect for them. Like, really nice people. What you would expect out of, firefighters, stuff like that. But the issue for me came in on the scheduling side, right? So you had to carry around a pager wherever you went. And it would just go off randomly and you were expected to go in. And for me, I started finding out because from Walmart, it was fine for the first little bit. And then after the first 6 months, it just became drag, like it became work. Like you had to show up, you had to do work. They separated my friend and I. And it just really wasn't that good anymore. And same thing with the firefighting. It was fun at first. We had some fun drills and I was kind of part of it. But then, you have to show up for a call when you're supposed to be sleeping. And like, I always kept it off when I was sleeping because I need my sleep. Like I could never get behind the idea of waking up in the middle of the night for a call, which is like, I understand like some people, this is their full-time thing and people might be dying. So I fully respect and I understand that. But that was kind of it for me. And I realized that I'm a scheduled person. So after that, I quit, I resigned, I retired, and then I went to HVAC. And I was kind of like a parts runner, and I remained that for a good 6 months, year-ish, less than that. And I'm just in that now, and I'm about to quit that as well. Everybody there, most of the people there are, they're fine to talk to, fine people. But again, I made the mistake of not realizing my schedule. Like I'm a scheduled person. When you're on an install, and you are an installer, which would be my next step in the company, you have to be there until the job ends, which can be 10 o'clock at night, and there's so many factors that go into it that you cannot determine your schedule. And this is kind of when it hit me, right? I want to do something in life that's not a normal job, unless there's something I've thought of, probably like you guys, so many jobs. I've thought of them. My parents are like, oh, check out this job. Everybody's like, oh, when you're sitting in class with like the last couple months of high school, they're like, or maybe even like your junior year, like you're applying to these places. You're going in like job finder calculators and seeing what would be best for you so you can apply to college and get your degrees. And it's like nothing at all appealed to me. The only thing kind of was like a teacher, surprisingly, because, I feel like it'd be cool to work with kids and it wouldn't seem like work. You would just, it'd just be fun to do. But the pensions are kind of going away and, the pay isn't that high of a ceiling. So that's another bad thing. So basically what I'm trying to say is some people aren't meant some people aren't meant for these jobs, and I think I'm one of them. And, I'm fully open to work a job if something comes up that I really do like and everything else doesn't work out. But the chances of it happening with a mindset that I have and what you need to have are so slim. Because, like I said, I'm going to be quitting the HVAC job, not out of any bad blood, just simply out of the fact that it's not for me. And I'm sitting in my position of running parts. I don't want to move up the chain. I might as well be putting my energy into a business that I could see myself doing. I want to own my own thing. And I think many people think this, but you need to really think like, why? Like, I've worked, I mean, I'm not going to say I've worked a lot, but like for somebody my age, I've worked like a good amount. Like I've worked since I was 16 years old. So 3 straight years of worked my first full-time job recently here for about like 6 months, a little bit more. And although it's not a lot in retrospect to people that have been doing it for their whole lives, it's like I've realized now this path simply isn't for me. I don't know what path is mine. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. Although, you know, my buddy and I, we have a good idea of what we're working on now, and we hope that works. And the whole thing is you have to keep going, right? You can't stop if something doesn't work. But yeah, guys, I'm basically saying like, if you don't see yourself working these jobs and you don't see, like, you really hate them, because you know, you'll have a guy show up to work and he'll be like, oh, I don't want to work today. And then he'll clock in, he'll drink his Mountain Dew and he'll go to work and he'll be fine the next day. If you're one of those people who shows up to work every day, and yeah, you can have good moments, you can be listening to music and it can be fine, but every day and you go home and you're like, I hate this job, because that's me. That's me. I go to work and I hate it. And I come home and I realize I hate it even more. So I need to do something about it. And this is me doing something about it. So if that's you, you know, you don't need to have a $1 million business working right now to quit. I understand some people, you know, I'm younger. I'm still living with my parents. So that helps me in terms of like, I can just kind of live with them rent free for a little bit until I start making money. But you know, some of you guys might actually have like a job and a family to support, which is great that you have a family, but it's obviously harder to do this and just quit your job. But I really encourage you, if you have the mindset, if you have the drive, don't stick in something you really don't want to stick into. Don't stick to something you really don't want to do. Like, you have one life on this earth. You know, I don't believe I'm meant for a normal job. I don't believe, you know, if you feel the same way, you should just work it because everybody else tells you to. That's where I'm at, guys. Yeah, stuff's going to work out, but it's going to take work. It's going to take time. And I'm just here to tell you, like, you are not alone if you feel this way about your job. And, you know, things can be brutal. People can tell you, oh, you're lucky. Oh, you haven't worked much in your life at all. But you know what you want to do. Maybe not exactly, but you know what you don't want to do. So cut the things out you don't want to do. Logically make a plan and execute it, because that's just what you got to do. You can't listen to other people. Yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Drop a like, drop a sub. Appreciate you.